everyone. This is Gabriel Benjamin, and today I'm going to be teaching a truncated version of my core routine. I've been streaming YouTube Live and Facebook Live core conditioning classes, and are normally about 75 minutes, sometimes 50, 60, but today it's going to be short and sweet, but it'll definitely get the job done. So go ahead and have your mat, anything you need, light clothes, we'll build a sweat, and we'll begin by warming up on the hands and knees. Have the shoulders above your wrists, your open fingers, roll out your back a couple times. See how you feel when you do this. If you feel good rounding deep and contracting the abs, you can start on the strengthening right away. Otherwise, we're still just warming up a little bit. And then extend the spine, point the feet, lift the right leg, lift about as high as the hip, and roll the ankle about 3 times each way. Switch sides, roll out the ankle, both directions. And when you're done, go ahead and bring the hands a little bit more forward, push into the legs, lift the hips high, take a dog stretch, and bend one leg, then the other. And when you've done that back and forth a few times, we'll put the knees back on the ground. Lift the right hand and roll out the wrists once or twice each way. Then lift the left hand, roll out the wrists once or twice each way. And both hands on the ground. Re-extend the right leg. Lift just hip level. Lift the left arm. Steady gaze. Switch sides. Extend the left leg. Lift just hip level. Extend the right arm. And come on down. Now we're going to lower onto our abdomen and chest. Reach back through the feet and the ankles. Lift just the chest. And come down. Then lift the chest, press down through the feet, and lift the hands. And come on down. Let's do that again. Press down through the pelvis, the legs, the feet, lift the hands, shoulders back, and come down. And then again, lift. And then this time hold and send the arms back. Really open the shoulders back so you're getting some stretch in your chest and good muscle tone all through your back and in your glutes a bit too. And then come down. Now lift the legs and the chest. We're going to do this 5 times. You don't have to lift too high, but be steady. Try and work the lower and upper evenly through the posterior body. Let's go ahead and do one more. And when you're done with that, take your right arm overhead, roll to your side, and then hold your head. Flex both feet, and especially that top foot, and lift with the foot facing sideways. And keep the foot in line with the other foot. So if you point the foot up, you can go way higher, but you don't get as much strength. So keep the foot facing sideways and in line with the other foot. If you bring it out forward a little bit, again, you can get it much higher, but you don't isolate the muscle as much, which is what we're here for. And when you're done with that, let's go ahead and do that on the other side. Holding the head, this gives you a little bit of a stretch through your rib cage and side body area. Keep the feet flexed, the foot facing the side, the foot in line with the other foot. That's key. Really enjoy working into the lateral core here. Sometimes we overlook that. Very important to keep the core strengthened in a well-rounded way. let's come back to being face down. Extend the arms all the way overhead. Now lift the legs and the arms. Do this repeatedly. Feel the knees roll in a little bit so you don't squash the sacrum by over squeezing the glutes. And when you've done your reps of that, we'll bring the hands under the chest. Use the core and lift. Make yourself a little bit long. We're going to set up for our first plank. So take a nice plank, very strong legs. See how my back is flat and the hips aren't too low, not too high. That's what we want, very active legs. Now we're going to put the knees down and lift them up and do that about 7 times. Keep lifting out of the shoulders so the upper back is flat, or even round it a little bit will help you to really contract into the front body muscles. And then plank, put the knees on the floor, fold the arms into the head, just rest for a bit. Remember, you can always take some rest, and you can always bump things up a little bit. Make it harder or easier depending on what your needs are. Let's come back to that plank, and now we're going to do another knee routine. You make the long plank, make sure you have your form flat or even rounded back, and then take left knee to the left elbow, then do that on the other side, then the knee to the chest, and do that on the other side. Left knee, opposite arm, right knee, right arm, and then if you want, do a push-up, maybe with your knees on the floor, or lower, squeeze the abs, lift, and then back to a dog stretch. Let's do that routine one more time. Come back to a plank, make yourself long, lift out of the shoulders, don't push beyond the wrists. Right knee, right arm, then the left, right knee to chest, then the left, right knee, left arm, left knee, right arm. If you like to, push up, and then dog stretch. Knees on the floor, fold the arms, take just a bit of rest. And now we're going to do the side plank, so come back to a nice long plank. If you need, you can put your right knee down and go up like that. Otherwise, we're going to have both legs stacked. You can also do a kickstand, which is like this or like that, but feet together will be more strengthening. Use the strength of the lateral hips to lift and don't sink into the shoulder too much. And then come down slow, so you use all of the core, and do the other side. Keep the hips up, that helps you to make spacious quality of the shoulder joint so you don't murder your shoulder joint. And without rushing, see how smooth you can come down. You can go right to a resting sequence or add a slow push-up, squeeze the abs especially when you lift, and then a dog stretch or kneeling head on the floor. Knees down. Arms fold. All right, one more round of plank. We're going to do mountain climbers. So take your plank, then bring the right knee in and then the left and go back and forth. And when you've done each side, equal reps, lowered slow motion, squeeze the arms in, then take the hands under the hips if that feels okay. Chin a little forward unless you need your head down or to the side. Lift the right leg. Don't let the heel cave in, that closes off the sacrum. Keep the knee rolling in a bit to center the heel.
And this will help to make sure that we keep strong in the posterior core, not just those frontal muscles we worked in the plank group. And we'll go ahead and do the other side. Roll the knee in, strengthen the buttock without squeezing the sacrum, tensing up in the iliac crest too much. Extend through the ankle. Come on down. Hands come out from under. Lift legs and chest. Hold that for a little bit. And come on down. Use the core. Come on up. Slowly sit down. Switch to having the legs out from underneath. And then bend the legs. Now we're going to do one of my favorites, the V seat. So draw your hips back and maybe sit on a cushion if your tailbone's very delicate. We want the knees up. You can hold the ground with the legs. Keep the knees as high as your chest. You see that right there? And an option to extend the arms. And if you can keep the knees as high as your chest, point the toes and extend the legs. That's the V seat. Helps you to be very strong in the legs and the core. And now we'll do the low V. You come down, just hovering, stare at the toes, and move arms and legs up and down a little bit. And lay down. And just breathe. All right, very good. Bring the knees into the chest. And then extend the legs out and bring the knees in. If it's comfortable to extend the legs and have the heels touch the ground, do that. If your back hurts, you can keep the legs high. Otherwise, we'll do several of these leg extensions, coming back to knees to chest, extending out without rushing, bending in, nice and steady, and repeating. And knees to chest. Give yourself a little rest. And then take the hands behind the head. Take the left elbow to the right thigh. Extend the opposite leg. Switch sides and go back and forth. Get really good extension of that lengthened leg as you go side to side. Couple more each side. And we're good. Knees to chest. Catch your breath a little bit. And legs to the ground. Have the feet together. Lift the feet just about 6 inches, and then go up to the right, down to the left, up to the left, and down to the right, and continue the figure 8. This is very intense in a good way, hopefully. Remember, you can take a break, rest anytime. Otherwise, we're going to squeeze out a little bit more juice from the core. And rest. Feet together. Lift the feet about 6 inches. And we did up to the right, down to the left. So we're going to go down to the left, up to the right, down to the right, up to the left. Reverse track of the figure 8. And we'll rest. Whew, that was good. Bend your legs in, bring the feet together, let your hips stretch. knees to chest. Take a twist, arms out, legs to the left. Do a simple twist or a more dynamic one if you know how to do harder twists. Enjoy catching your breath, let your pulse slow down. Other side. And when you're done with both sides, we can come up and do a lunge stretch. So slowly come up, one leg forward, take the other leg back. Make sure your knee is just above your heel. Lift your chest as much as you can. Work the hip flexors pretty hard, so it's good to give them a little stretch at the end of the routine. And we'll switch sides. Take a big step up, maybe use your arm to carry or caterpillar your leg back. Again, make sure your knee is above your heel or just above the ankle, but not beyond it. Work on lifting the chest. Enjoy that stretch. Center your back heel. And having finished that little warm down stretch, I would say that that's a wrap. So thank you all very much for training today. Hopefully that did the trick. I have longer core sequences if you like a harder workout, but if you want to come back to this again and again, this is a great little short one size fits all. So check it out. I'm doing these classes on YouTube for donation, so send a donation if you can. But if you can't, these classes are technically free. Share it with your friends. That's a great way to contribute, and I'll keep the content coming. I'll see you again soon. Take care.